Oh my days, what a dreadful evening that was. I'm not even hoarse. I'm sipping on a cup of tea, but normally after games like that I come in and I'm speaking with a croak, but I ain't this morning. That was a terrible evening. You'll probably remember back to my video after the game against Swansea last weekend. I made that comment about Coventry tearing us a new one, and yeah, I had a feeling something like that might happen in me bones. I didn't want to be regarded as a miserable git, so I made the little prediction video, which was far more upbeat, I thought, yesterday morning. But I had that at the back of my head because as a team we're doing the basics wrong. We're not defending well. So sad for Tristan Crammer last night. He's been so consistent, and the one mistake he led to the goal. Bender, the keeper, I thought pushed the striker wide and did it well. But just imagine one of our strikers being in that position. He would have lashed at it and hit it into the side netting, but no, their guy Haji Wright had more nous to him and drilled over a wicked cross, which just had to be tapped in. And again, imagining one of our strikers there, would he have hit the target? What's happened is, before I go on with the video, what's happened is that Alex Neil is doing what Ian Holloway did a few years back. He spent a lot of money on players in the summer. The board have bought into it, and he's bought a lot of average players. They ain't up to the mark. And Gary Rowett must be laughing his head off on account of the fact that one of his purchasers, Idra Maku, is turning out to be, one of the best players in the team. I mean, we've bought midfield players who can't tackle, like the guy from Ipswich, strikers who can't score, and I'm not singling out Josh Coburn here because Mikhail Ivanovic missed a hatful of chances last night, and let's just compare the difference between us and one of the potential teams that are going to be in those positions at the end of the season. That cross that was put over from the right, which Kundal kind of half jumped at and missed it. At the other end, Coventry did the same thing on their first goal and it went straight in. All right, it was low, but what I'm saying is they executed far better than us. And if you want another good example of that, Ida in the second half beat his man superbly and drilled in a wicked low cross, and there was no one coming in on it. What were they doing? It hurts looking back on that match, it really does, because I try to do this channel not with too much exact detail, but how I think I've seen thousands of supporters talking to each other about games over the years. So we're kind of doing a one-to-one, and you can say what you want about it as long as it's respectful. And you might think I'm talking nonsense, or you might get what I'm saying. And yeah, last night I don't really want to talk about too much more about it, because we're just, instead of worrying about how high in the table we're going to finish, we need to worry about keeping out of the relegation zone, because we had that little spell at the start where we looked as if we might be threatening. But then after that, after the first goal went in, our heads just dropped. And the last time that happened, ironically, was when Joe Edward was in charge. And that's about a year ago now, wasn't it? And he was on the bench last night opposing us under Frank Lampard, wasn't he? I'm trying to think of positives, but I don't think there was any. I think if you want to get an idea of what people thought of what's going on at the moment, then just look at the terraces with 10 minutes to go. Nobody was there. It was like a home game for Coventry. And 9 goals conceded in 4 home games. Is it 4 now? Yeah, 4. And we've scored 1. And that was a set piece. We haven't scored a single goal this season in open play. And that, I think, sums it up better than anything else that I could say. I can't promise I'll be at the West Brom game on Saturday because that hurt so much last night. I can't put myself through another one of those. I've seen Middlesbrough do it to us, Wrexham do it to us, and now Coventry absolutely clinically do it to us. And it gets to the point where you think, nah, I can't take any more of this. And Alex Neil's on a long-term contract, so where does it all end? The Serb's on a long-term contract. Josh Coburn, long-term contract. We've, in effect, tied down average players because, let's face it, no continental club's going to come after him after that performance last night, he being the Serb. And this is Millwall. It'll be mid-table at best with possibly a little run of 3 games to almost get us in the playoffs at the end of the season. Or at worst, we could be looking at the other end of the table and thinking we need 6 points from the last 3 games at least to stay out of that bottom 3 places. I can't think of anything else to say, so I might as well end it at that. Come on, you Lions. Baked potato.